So if you look at this play I included in my prize pick slip that I gave out on Twitter, it was Carrington over 12.5 points. So this was a line available on prize picks, and I thought the over was a really sharp pick. So first and foremost, if you looked at Carrington's line on every other sports book, most of the other books had her line at 13.5. But then you can see some sports books still had her line at 12.5, like Circa. Circa is known to be a really sharp book. They're experts in setting lines. It's a book, they're taking wagers. They have really good models. It's a huge sports book. They're experts in setting lines. They had Carrington's over 12.5 points as a -145 favorite. So the sports book Circa is telling you through their odds that, hey, we think Carrington is much more likely to go over. So even if you don't use Circa, it's a really sharp sports book known for having really accurate lines. You still want to put some weight into their odds. Same with every other sports book. There's 200 books in the US. All these sports books are data points on where should the line be set. The same way a stock price represents the market valuation of a company, right? When people say, oh, Google's a $3 trillion company, that's based on their stock price. So stock price reflects company value. It's the same thing in sports betting. If all of the sports books have Carrington's over heavily favored, they're telling you, hey, based on our models, all the bets we're seeing, in the market, these books aren't stupid. If all the sharp, profitable bettors are betting her over, they'll move the line higher, or they'll make the over a bigger favorite, right? Maybe they move the over from -145 to -160, making the over an even bigger favorite, right? A -200 favorite means a 2-to-1 favorite, 2/3 to win. -300, that team is still favored, or that bet is still favored, but now it's a 3-to-1 favorite, 75% implied win probability. So basically for Carrington, sportsbooks either had her line higher at 13.5, or they had her line at 12.5 with the over heavily favored. So I'm using information in the market. Even if I'm not in Colorado, I'm not using Circa Sportsbook, I still want to look at their lines as a source of information. They're telling me, hey, her over's heavily favored, so that's a sharp pick on prize picks. Prize picks would give me the same payout if I take her over or her under, so I want to be on the over because the entire betting market, all the sports books, have her over heavily favored, her over 12.5 points, or they have her line higher in the first place at 13.5. So these fantasy books are super exploitable because they have fixed payouts, and that's very different from a traditional sports book.